Okay.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can I have a roll call, please? Here. Here.
That one, here. Steve, here. World, here. Oswego.
So. Is there a motion on the floor to approve previous meeting minutes dated 2/3/2025?
I motion to approve previous board meeting minutes from 2/3/25.
Thank you, ma'am.
On February 3rd, motion made by Ms. Green,
Yes.
seconded by Mr. Detloff. Mr. King, yes, and Ms. Wolf.
Yes.
Public comments. I have written down Mr. Valjean Roloff.
Good evening. Speaking to the village board and committees again. My concern is that was brought up at the last meeting, suggestion that was brought up to open the village community center from 7 to 3 p.m. Monday through Thursday. And there needs to be no comment to my suggestions or what I'm talking about here at all. I have an emotional interest in the Legion Park and its entities, as my father was a member of the Grant Park Star Post 295 American Legion, serving all roles in that Legion, American Legion there. He was Legion commander when the park was given to the village, as well as given to Russ Hilbert, who was, I believe, on the Lions Club at the same time. Also, he was a member of the Lions Club, as well as my mother was a member of the American Legion Auxiliary and the Lions Club, which helped build this entire park. I remember the shelter when it was constructed by the Lions Club. It was an open pavilion. There was nothing more than a gravel floor, no walls, no windows, no ceiling, no heat, no air conditioning. A metal open span canopy with a few light bulbs in it for activities at night. Both the Legion and the Lions worked hard to give us what we have today. I come from an engineering background and employed in industries from 1971 to 2018. In our engineering work and in quality control, the functions that I performed before I became president of the company, we did risk management and risk assessment. This evaluation was a cause and effect strategy for safe performance and loss prevention. Let us learn from what happened in and around the old gazebo that was replaced out here, playground equipment that was destroyed here at Hilbert Park, and the original restrooms, which are now in the back of the facility that were destroyed at one time there. When we talk about loss, theft and breakage, over time, tables and chairs have gone missing. Kitchen equipment can be lost, can be stolen. Toilet paper can be stolen. Utensils in the bathrooms can be damaged. Garbage cans and things like that. Garbage bags can also go missing. Several times chairs and tables have gone. And the Methodist Church, in their luncheon that they've had over the time, lost the PA system that was stored in one of the cabinets here. Malicious acts of vandalism can happen, graffiti, breakage, destruction of property, and I'm talking about spray painting the interior of the building, the exterior of the building, window breakage, and windows that are left open, clogged toilets and things like that. Everything costs us money. Who's going to clean up? Who's going to sweep the floors, make sure the garbage is taken out? Who's going to run the administration of the building during that time? Usage of the building. What would prevent someone who would rent the building normally from coming in during that period of time and having a party? Who would clean up after them? Who would sweep the floor? Who would monitor what's going on? Loss in revenue would be encountered from the village as well as some of the other restaurants and things in town. What's to prevent them from bringing liquor into the building, smoking in the building, or dispensing drugs? We don't have any control. What would keep them from an assault from happening within the building? We're right here on Route 1. There's already been a robbery at the gas station. What would keep someone from coming in here and beating up individuals, robbing them, taking them, just like happened at the restaurant that used to be out at Run 17, where the men were almost killed out there? What are our insurance costs? What would be the economic loss to businesses? And I'm sure the Chamber of Commerce, and I would have thought that they would have jumped on this right away. I know that this is a great place to do line dancing and things like that. But what about loss to their businesses? What about the coffee that they sell to people? What about the food that is brought in and that they do? They have bingo now. What would keep them from coming in here and playing bingo and different things like that and having an economic impact on our businesses in the village? Loss prevention. Yes, there would be some loss prevention. Of course, there could be physical control, which you would have to have. There are cameras in here, but what about things? A camera is only a deterrent. It's not a prevention. Yes, there are police patrols, but I don't think there's enough unless you have an officer in the building during the entire time. I'm just recommending that you have a lengthy discussion on what the ramifications could happen in the building, around the building, if it is not privately controlled. We have the Tracks, we have Flanagan's, we have USA, we have the Dun Inn, and we have the Bennett Curtis House, all who serve food, all who make a profit from this village. And I want to promote them, and I want to promote other industry and other business in coming to our town, not taking things away. Yes, it's a government industry, and we like to give to people in our community. We like to have parties. We like to do things like this, but it all needs to be controlled. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Valjean. Anyone have any comments or questions? When I mentioned opening the park during the day, I did not mention it to take business away from anywhere else. There are residents that are retired and are sitting at home and have nowhere to go. They can't afford to go buy coffee at USA or spend money at a restaurant. They're literally stuck at home because they can't afford it. The point was not to be malicious and have someone come in here and destroy the park. It was for retirees that are at home, like I said, during the winter that can't necessarily get out and walk and do whatever, for a place for them to gather and not have to spend money that they might not have on a limited budget if they are retired. So that was what I had behind it. It's not anything that is obviously going to happen, and my time here is limited, as you all keep reminding me. But that was the point behind it. And several of the people, older retired people I had spoke to, thought it would be a good idea, but no one has ever brought it up or mentioned it. So is there anyone else signed up for public comment?
Good evening. And you heard my questions last time. And since there was no response, I decided to come back. Just ask them one more time, hopefully changing the format just a bit and waiting in between for an answer. So while the time that you were indisposed, I'll leave the other language out of it. Was there a mayor pro tem?
I don't have an answer for that. Next question.
And when was the village board notified of the incident?
You would have to ask Carl because I'm sure he got on the phone right after it happened. You would have to ask Carl because I'm sure he got on the phone right after it happened.
All right.
Next
And
question.
so, like, yeah. So I'm assuming that your cell phone was not used in
What cell phone?
those villages.
I do not have a village cell phone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Um, One is, well, two actually. One is by refusing to answer, I'm assuming, I mean, is this the transparency that we received as a village? That's one in comment. Second one is village board does have a choice in how they vote on the remaining items on the agenda. And just remember that. That's all. You have a voice. You are independent.
And they always have been. Thank you. Yes, sir.
I just want to make a comment. In the Constitution, it says nobody is guilty until they're brought in court and proven guilty.
True.
So until that happens, I don't see where he's got any leg to stand on it. That's just as a citizen. I agree with you.
I appreciate that, Dan. I also wanted to mention that at the last meeting, before we cut off, Dennis did let people know that the volunteers at the cabin fever reliever donated their tips to the young man who had cancer, or has cancer, I apologize. That did not make it onto the last recording, so I just wanted to make sure that then that was said and it was on record for you. It was in the minutes, but it wasn't. Yes. So
That's who took it.
she did. Yep. Well, that was nice of her. Yes. Yep. A comment I wanted to make as a resident of Kankakee County. I do also work other jobs, obviously. I DoorDash, and I DoorDashed the other night when the weather was terrible because I like driving when the weather's terrible and people don't want to leave, I'll do it. Unfortunately, someone did not shovel their driveway, so I did end up in a ditch, which was awful, especially when you're an independent person. Beaupre's Towing came out, and when he found out how and why I got stuck in that ditch, he pulled me out for free because he knew as a DoorDasher that was going to come right out of my pocket to have to pay for that tow being in that ditch. So I just wanted to say there are good people out there. Another thing is I happened to blow a tire when I was stuck in that ditch. So I went out to, I was obviously in Bradley. I went to a tire place out there. Well, they refused to fix my tire because to them, it wasn't fixable. So I went across I went down to a different place called Bell Tire. And a very nice young man named Juan said, you know what? I know they said they can't fix it. We will fix it for you at this price. We can't guarantee the tire after the fact, but we will at least plug it so that you can still drive on it because tires are expensive. So I just want to say, again, there are good people out there, regardless of what you may think is going on, whatnot. I just think, I don't know, people need to be appreciated. So Juan went out of his way to make sure I could get a new tire on my car at Bell Tire. So to him, I just say thank you. All right, moving on to motion to approve bills for payment and payroll.
Move to approve bills for payment dated February 15th out of the corporate general fund at $7,505.80.
Hmm.
I move to approve the motor fuel tax at $18,652.71. Bills for payment out of the Fest account, $1,831.33. And then out of the TIF account, $4,632.76. I also move to approve payroll ending February 1st. $126.76. Also, the stipend ending February 12th, $3,189.79.
Thank you, ma'am.
Somebody better second.
I know. Let her breathe now. Let her breathe. It's okay. It's over. Those numbers switch around on you. That's why. Oh, sorry.
The stipend is off because we paid into Steve's insurance from the stipend, so that's why that looks funny this time.
I got nothing else. No.
Hearing none. Motion to approve the payment as follows. General fund, dated February 15th, the amount of $7,505.10. For food tax, paid $18,652.71. Out of the best account, $1,831.33. Out of the fifth account, $4,632.76. 76 cents. Payroll in February 1st, $20,126.06. And in February 12th, stipend of $1,189.79. Motion made by Ms. Rooney,
Yes.
seconded by Ms. Swirling.
Yes.
Yes.
Good job, Robin. Good job. Good job. Think about it. I do it for the whole time. Department reports, clerk Scott Dillman.
I'd like to make a reminder to our village that sales tax increased to 7.4% for the second quarter, effective January 1st. I'm bringing this up because a bill to the village hall actually did a charge tax plus for kids at a rate of 6.25%. So first of all, that should be eliminated,
Right.
but they had the wrong amount. So anyone listening to this recording that's a business in town, of course, that will be caught up when you have to file your tax state, but they'll have that rate on there anyway, but just a reminder that you can start recording. And also I spoke with county clerk's office today. They don't have an exact date for early voting for our April 1st yet. They're thinking it will be possibly the first week or so of March. But they don't have an exact date, but there will be
Early
early
voting.
voting available for anyone that wants to do that or won't be able to be here.
Gotcha.
And that's all I have.
Thank you, sir.
Which one was it?
April 1st, right? April 1st.
April 1st.
Attorney's reports, I don't have any. Oh, I do actually. Someone on the board had mentioned to me they saw different types of tobacco products being sold at different parts of the different gas stations in town. So they said, are they allowed to do that? They were obviously not tobacco products. They are known as other, I guess, G8 or something. There's things being sold in our gas stations that can be sold. I talked to Mike Sanchi about it, and he said there's no one there to regulate this G9, G8. I'm not even sure what it's called. It's a synthetic marijuana. So there's no one to regulate that. So the gas stations in town can sell it. I don't know. There's nothing that we can do about it. They're supposed to obviously go by the guidelines of following and IDing people, but that was one thing that a resident had come to me and was concerned about. So I looked into it, and unfortunately, they can sell it there because it's not a real form of the product. So, yeah, I don't want to. It was asked to me, I asked the question, and that was the answer. I don't know. I don't know anything about the synthetic stuff. So, also for at our next meeting, just to point out, we will have a bill for approximately $680 from the attorney that had to sit here at the meeting last week, and was just basically here. So people are aware that it did cost the village $680 at the request of, I believe, Mr. Detloff for the attorney to be here. Engineer report, Neil Piggish, I have nothing. And ordinances and insurance, Miss Susie Weedle is not here, but we have a resolution authorizing intergovernmental agreement for participation in IPWMAN. Does anyone want to make a motion? Or read this? I don't even know how to, she's not here, so. Go ahead. Mhm.
Basically, what it does is gives us the opportunity to reach out to other communities in the event of an emergency. They supply equipment and manpower. We pay a small fee to belong to this.
Mhm.
We have a problem, we reach out, they say, what is your problem? And we can ask for whatever equipment necessary or manpower. And in return, we do the same that which we can offer to their community.
Yeah,
So I
I think
the amount
this
of money
is
that
the,
we pay-
yeah,
This is we're reaffirming.
Yeah. You have
Okay.
to, You're going ahead and sign back up and pay for it. You know, you hope you never have to use it, but there has been times in the past where we reached out to other communities and say, hey, we can use your help.
Mhm.
And everybody, I mean, all.
yeah, anyone. Well, yeah, because it's called the Illinois Public Works Mutual Aid Network. So, do you happen to know what number we're on? I do not either. Okay. R2-25-1. Got it. This is just a resolution, so we're just adopting it. Correct? Okay.
Do you have a motion?
I can't make the motion.
I'll motion. Although we need to read it.
So a motion,
To authorize an intergovernmental agreement for participation in the Illinois Public Works Mutual Aid Network.
like, 18th.
Okay, motion to.
I don't either.
approve resolution R25-. Motion made by Mr. Prudy,
Yes.
seconded by Mr. Detloff, yes. Mr. King, yes, and Ms. Wolf.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. All right, next. I'm gonna sign this one right here. Next is Streets and Alleys Committee, Mr. Frank Busini. Awesome. Thank you, sir. Obviously, Mr. Morgan is not here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. There is a copy of the audit, as we all know, at the, if we received the email. We only have so many copies, so if you really don't want yours, just leave it at Village Hall so that it is available to the any public that wants to see it. Community outreach, Mr. Ben Detlaw.
I got a couple things here. I'm gonna pass these around. These are all the numbers from our Senate people. I won't go through all this because we'll get the users, but what we brought in was $11,581, and after expenses, we had $8,909.07. So it was a very successful event for the village. And the breakdown of what we spent and what everything cost was, it's all paper to use. The next thing I have is, when we from the park building at 315 South Meadow asked if we can install a handicap parking sign for Vermont. It's a corner there at the end of the roof. I contacted the maintenance department, we do have one. So at this time, I'm gonna make a motion, but whether it's cooperative
we get locates done. If the village would allow a handicap parking sign to be put, in front of their house for them.
So on the street, so only she would be able to park right there. Yeah, people park, yeah.
She brought it up, they didn't push it out the highway because she couldn't.
Oh,
It's a
no.
public street.
Yeah, yeah,
Explain to her. It might be a deterrent, someone's, oh, handicap,
right,
but if we don't have a sign up there, then it can't be anything.
yeah.
So,
Plus-
anyway, at this
plus-
time, I'm asking the village board, if that one weather allows, so I guess I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, welcome to, mention of the handicap sign for residents to South Meadow. Motion made by Mr. Detloff. Yes. Second by Mr. Sturdee.
Yes.
Mr. Cassini. Yes. Ms. Whirl.
Yes.
Is there a way we could put something that says resident only?
I don't know, because it's public, and then how do you know who the resident is? I mean. she
Yeah.
doesn't- That's her daughter.
Ruth.
the one who drives her.
Mhm.
So I think just by having a sign there,
Yeah.
we're showing the intent that we want to help you, but. No, we can't have a guard there chasing.
Yeah,
people
no.
away, 'cause I don't know who.
Yeah,
That's another person will get from the park there.
and they have a placard. Yeah, there's nothing yeah. It'll at least, like Ben said, it'll deter most people, hopefully. That is a shame that she had to walk. Yeah,
That you can see her pushing her down the highway to get to the ramp, because they don't have a ramp in the back of the house. So, the security thing, I said, well, we don't have signs. I said, I will buy one, because they're only $20 for the handicap sign. And he said they do, so when the ground thaws out, we get locates, we'll have it installed. That's all I have. Thank you.
thank you, sir. Oh, speaking of cabin fever reliever, I just want to say I got a personalized thank you card from Steve. Bauer? Is that how you say his last name? Bauer. It was the nicest. He hand wrote a little note on it and everything for my volunteering with Trudy. Oh my God, so much. I just thank you to Steve. That was amazing. I did not expect that. It was very nice. I appreciate it. Oh, is he?
Yeah. It's bad. We're gonna have a meeting and video go over these numbers, but the numbers were very impressive.
Mhm.
It had a lot to do with him, just like the grill, the Rio Fire Pit, they paid $449.10 and made over $1,700.
Yeah, That is
So
amazing.
that was very good. We had a
Mhm.
couple of vendors actually provided food and for no cost.
Nice.
Any alcohol that we had, that was taken back, so. we
Didn't have to.
spend Money on this, so, it was a very successful event. And then through that, we were able to do things throughout the year, different activities and so.
Yeah, no, I think it was probably one of the most successful ones that the village has had.
Well, we talked about it, the Taste of Grand Park, instead of picking one.
Yeah, that was a good idea.
Let's try and see how it works. If it doesn't work, and
Mhm.
everybody came out with something different, and then they said, what about a grand prize? And I said, well, what's gonna happen? We'll try it one time. If
Yeah.
it doesn't work, but
Yeah,
well, Steve did a great job, so the pat on the back goes to Steve Brower for this. He was instrumental in making this thing successful,
definitely,
and the committee worked very hard to put this together.
definitely.
And then unfortunately, the chocolate factory that donated all the stuff for the hot chocolate burned.
Oh, no.
Last week, they had fun on fire and burned to the ground, so I feel sorry for the people that work there.
Yeah.
That's chocolate factory.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, hugs and prayers out to all of those people. My goodness. I didn't even think about employees like that. Yeah. Buildings and grounds, Miss Robin Birdie.
I have nothing, but I know you have an estimate.
I have an estimate I put out. Oh, how'd you do it so fast? Okay. I did email it to everyone. Unfortunately, I did it from here. The estimate for labor fees to paint and touch up the walls, labor only would be $2,000, not including the paint that I emailed this to everyone if they want to see it. that we could get at Menards, which we do have quite a few of the, rebates, 5% back rebates that we could use for that project if need be, so. Why are you looking at me like that? I'm looking at him. Oh. You were like staring into my soul. I thought you had a question. Yeah, that's just a village hall. So it would be the front office just has like the strip of paint above the wood. The hallway needs to be touched up where the leaking was. The village president's office has some water damage along the top that would have to be sanded and painted down. And then in the conference room, there are quite a few holes and nicks where other pictures and whatnot and some water damage that obviously will be repaired for that. So that is the estimate. If there's a motion, otherwise,
We had somebody come out, Servco, where they were going through it about the mold and things.
yeah, we do not have asbestos. We did that wasn't Servpro, it was environmental something out of Joliet.
So that's all clear.
We have no asbestos anywhere, no glue, no tiles, no anywhere. So that was clear. Yeah,
Not being for the labor.
Labor. Yes. yeah.
I'll second.
Okay, ma'am.
A motion to, accept the estimate of $2,000 in labor plus purchasing the paint for the village hall. Motion made by Ms. Worrell.
Yeah.
Seconded by Ms. Bruni.
Yes.
Detloff. Yes. Mr. King. Yes.
I did get a estimate for new ceiling tiles in the here in the park building. Some of them have water damage, some of them have paint, some of them are in the wrong direction. To replace the ceiling tiles, that's just the tiles that would be dropped off and brought to the building. I believe the estimate I sent out was about $1,300. Obviously, labor in that, we have two fine gentlemen. I'm pretty sure we can get to put those up if we need be. But I do not, I'd have to pull it up on my email to get the exact. But that's just something, if we were interested to look into, I could get another one. I just thought that with the water damage and now that the roof is fixed, making the ceiling more appealing and matching and whatever, just seemed right. So I get nothing out of it. I just thought it would look nice.
As far as in the rental, the payments,
We could use that, or we do still have 5,000 in building and grounds budget for buildings and grounds. So
Really notice you start looking at.
I know until you look up and you're like, that one's going the wrong direction. That one's a different tile. It was just something. I just wanted the place to look a little nicer. We do rent it out. I just thought updating it a little bit might, not that we don't rent it out every weekend as it is, but maybe next year we can budget to get a little more money for it if we put a little more money into it. So I get nothing out of it. I just thought it would look nice. I have to talk to them first. I would have to talk to them. Otherwise, the gentleman did say he would give us an estimate to take them all properly down and put them all properly up. I said, I have two gentlemen who might do that. So I didn't ask for that estimate.
should reach out and see if they're willing to come
Okay.
up with whatever they want to do with it. They said they don't have the time to do it.
Okay.
In our business.
Tiles and now it's
Yeah.
set and stuff.
Yeah, true. All right. I'll reach out to JD and Steve and see what they say, and then I will get an estimate for labor from
So what if we talk
anyone.
about
We did talk about painting them. The only problem is like the water stains will show through on the paint. So if you look at like some of those are painted over water stains over there too, so. To me, if you're gonna do it, you might as well just do them all. So I will get more information on that. Thank you, Ben. Um, oh, and then the Servpro, moving on to Servpro. Their original estimate was extremely high. They budgeted 4 people at $75 an hour, and then it was the $150 deposit that they wanted. I'm not sure how, but Bobby, I can't think of his last name, is very involved with the fire department. They must be doing a lot of, have worked a lot with the fire department. I'm not sure. He's the main guy. He reached out to me when he heard we wanted an estimate for cleaning this kitchen. He said he waived the $150 fee, so we didn't pay that. And then he said he would give us the estimate for 2 people to clean for 8 hours. That doesn't mean it's going to take them 8 hours. It would be $1,200. So that would be the maximum it would be. He said if for some reason the village couldn't afford that, he would donate some of it back to the village because he appreciates working with the village and the fire department. So we have a motion for that. And that could be done in one day. The girls would come in. I told her if it got approved tonight, I could call her tomorrow. They would have it done by Thursday, if we wanted. Yeah. It's just a deep cleaning of the kitchen. Top, bottom, ceiling, everything, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's gonna be like eat off the floor clean, I imagine. They would be able to clean it the best they could. They couldn't service it because they don't do hoods. So they could do the best cleaning it since we're not even sure if that thing functions. So they said they would try their best to clean it, but they wouldn't be able to maintain it. That was the only thing.
Say honestly, kitchen is pretty disgusting. When you read it, I mean, it has been cleaned, but it's basically the floor, you wipe the table down, and that's not really clean, so.
Yeah.
At this time, I would make a motion to, if Servpro can work with you a little bit on the figures, that would be greatly appreciated, but to come in and clean the kitchen, it just enhances the rental appeal of the building. When people go in there and you're like,
Yeah.
Put that thing down and you want the surface.
Yeah.
I'll second.
Right. Well, the maximum would be an 8-hour day. He said it could take his girls maybe 4 hours, and then it would be half of that. So it wouldn't exceed the 1,200. He would bill us at the minimum amount. So.
Kitchen doesn't yet do have the money. It's not like how we're gonna pay for it.
Okay.
So it wouldn't exceed that amount.
Nope. It could be less, yeah.
Okay, we have a motion to approve Servpro as cleaning at not to exceed $1,200. Motion made by Mr. Detloff. Yes. Seconded by Ms. Rooney.
Yes.
Mr. King. Yes. Ms. Earl.
Yes.
Carter. I did get an email from a Mr. Carter Bettenhausen. I don't know if anyone knows that gentleman. He is interested in wondering if he could organize some type of golf cart parade. I told him that at that time I will no longer be the village president, but I will pass his information off to Ben for you to give him a call to maybe organize that. Yeah, let's not air it all over. I know, right? So there was that. I will give you his information. He would like a call because he would like to set that up. I think that would be interesting if to have a little golf cart parade around town, decorate your golf cart, something to do during the summertime. It's free, just gotta have volunteers. So tomorrow I do have the mayor's dinner. Ben, did you still want to come or okay? Just making sure. And that is all I have for today. Is there any other business? Oh, I forgot. Oh my God, I'm so Law Enforcement Committee, Miss Morgan Worrell. Yeah.
Ambulance calls 20, mental cases 2, assisting other agencies 32, domestic disturbances 12, suspicious vehicle or persons 1, and the total calls for the month was 97.
Wow.
Completes my information.
Whether it have anything to do with that, Carl?
No, you know, we. No, we're, haven't been as bad as anticipated.
Oh, yeah. And then also, we're gonna have some road closures coming up, right?
We are the third and fourth of March. The Netflix film is gonna close Route 17 at the junction, East Junction, and Sons Avenue. We will close from 5 AM to 10 PM, both of those days. And there'll be police officers there directing traffic, but it's
So-
not that uncommon.
So it's from Loves to Vincennes. They're not going all the way. So if you can get to Vincennes, then you can get to Indiana. Okay,
Originally, they wanted to close.
all the way to Indiana, right?
That would really be a waste of so much road.
Yeah.
Plus, there's nowhere really to turn around. Yes.
Right, well, I mean, we don't know the kind of truck.
Yes. It will just be diverted like it normally was when 114 was closed, I think it was, or when they would come down, they would still take Route 1, they would go to 114 in Momence and go back over.
Go back around.
What kind of time frame is that?
It's from 5 AM in the morning to 10 PM at night, both days, from Monday, Tuesday,
The 3rd and 4th of March, right?
34th. Yep. And I don't anticipate a lot of problems with it. I said a lot of the car traffic will probably cut down 7,000 and go right back over to Route 217. The truck traffic, that's a county road, so I can't regulate that, but we'll see what happens
Did
with
we let
that.
the school know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, that's right at prime bus time too.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's gonna be a challenge.
We'll send out reminders. I'm sure you'll post a lot of things on Facebook, just so people can kind of plan accordingly. I'm sorry, it's I can't stop shaking. So people can kind of plan accordingly. Morgan, I did not mean to miss you. It just happened. It just happens sometimes. You're out there. I'm on a roll and I can't stop. Anything else? Yes, ma'am. Yes. I don't even know what that is.
I really think that what it was, but I'm not
Oh, this thing?
knowledgeable about this. Yeah, I didn't know what that was about, so if anybody could explain it to me a little bit better.
Written. Oh, I think this was, okay. I don't know. Oh, did it come with this? Illinois Commerce Future of Gas Workshops. I think this was just an info thing. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yes, you have to take this day off. Go on this day. Get a hotel. I didn't even see that. And then I'm glad you stopped me because I actually got a lot of things, I'm sorry, from Harbor House. They have a lot of events going on. They email throughout just so that people know throughout Kankakee what's going on. February apparently is Teen Dating Violence Awareness Month. So they had a couple of events that they had listed. I believe I forwarded this email to everyone. Just excuse me, different things that they were doing throughout Kankakee County at different events to help bring awareness to teen dating violence. A lot of teens don't realize that it is not okay to hit your significant other. Also, the Salvation Army of Kankakee has an after-school program to help with homework, ages 9 to 17. There's no fee and transportation from a Kankakee school district provided. Well, that would exclude us. But if there are any children out there who need some homework help and maybe your parents or you're just can't catch up. I know some of the math these kids do nowadays, I can't even keep track of. Cause for Harbor House, they have Laugh for a Cause coming up March 25th. It's a benefit for survivors of domestic violence. Last year, I think it was like they had a really good theme last year. This year, it's Night at the Movies, it looks like. Ticket, excuse me, presented by St. Mary's Hospital. Tickets can be purchased online if you scan this code, or I'll just forward the email to everyone if I haven't already, so you can get that. Harbor House also has a 40-hour domestic violence training. Join us in April in Watseka. Anyone who is interested can volunteer. It is an in-person, starts April 1st, is the first week, and then the second week is April 8th. Anyone who is interested, it is a cost of $100, but you get credit hours towards a degree, if you're going into social work. So if there's anyone interested in learning about domestic violence, sorry, I'm freezing. I can't stop shaking. Same. Perfect. And then, the Kankakee County Continuum of Care wanted us to know that their next meeting date is March 6th at 9 a.m. in person at the Kankakee Library. It is a good group of people who do volunteers and help throughout the city. So, oh my gosh, that is all I have. Does anyone have anything else? No? All right. All in favor to adjourn?
Bye.
Meeting adjourned. I know, right? Wait. No, wait. End or pause? Do I end or stop? I guess stop, right?